I'm Nikki Davis, and I'm going to be teaching the How to Draw Animals class. God has graced this planet with many different types of animals, and we're going to learn how to draw several of them. We're going to start very simply with caterpillars mostly, and we're going to move from there through the more complex animals. In this course, we should be learning how to draw caterpillars, butterflies, different types of birds, many different small mammals, including maybe even your dogs and your cats. And we'll go all the way up to complex animals, such as elephants, octopus, and even running horses. We're going to focus a lot on the textures of these animals. You'll learn how to draw fur, and scales, and feathers. We'll also be learning the different types of parts on the animals, such as talons, their eye, things like that. We're going to focus on skeletal structure for those of them that have skeletons. We'll be looking at anatomy to help us figure out exactly how do these animals fit together and how can we draw them in the best possible light. This class is designed to be realistic drawing. We're not going to do cartoon style animals. So hopefully by the end you'll have a very good understanding of how the animals are put together and the best way that you can draw them. Now I'd like to discuss the materials that we'll be using in our class. I would ask you guys to get an 11 by 14 drawing paper pad. I usually use Strathmore. You can use any other version that you would like. I know Art Minds from Michaels usually has some good paper, and then there's many different varieties and different price points. As I said, all I ask is that it be 11 by 14 and preferably actual drawing paper, not just a paper pad, a plain paper pad. Next most important is our pencils. Again, you can get these at Michael's. They come in several different brands and different qualities. I like the 12 set. It has a good variety of the pencils you need. You could have as few as probably, I would say 8. But I would prefer you to have something 8 or more. In particular, the pencils that I would like you to have are your 2H, a 2B, a 4B, and a 6B. It's really good to have some other possibilities in there, but those are the most important and the ones that we'll be using the most. Next thing I ask you to have is a kneaded eraser. For anybody who has not used one of these before, I'll show it to you. This is a kneaded eraser. The great thing about kneaded erasers is that you can basically form it to your needs. So let's say you need to erase a large area, you can make it big and flat, and you can erase that way. If you just need to erase something small, you can fix it to a point and just erase a smaller area. These are really good in drawing, especially when we start doing textures, because as important as drawing textures are, taking tones away can provide textures as well. So your kneaded eraser is definitely a necessity. One of the last things I ask for you to have are called rubbing sticks. And usually when I buy them, I buy the big package of them. They're very inexpensive. It's usually $3 for like 10 or 15 of these things. But the great thing about them is that you can soften your work without showing some of your drawing strokes. It's great for shading. You can also use Q-tips if you really need to. But I find that Q-tips aren't as easy to control. And that's the great thing about if you get a package of these. like the one that I got. You can see the different sizes here. The tips are all different, so depending on your needs, you can pick the one that you would like to use at that time. I don't think I had this on the requirements list, but something I would like you to keep in mind is to also have a pencil sharpener. That way you can make sure that your pencils are always at a sharp point. I can't wait to see you in class.